All right, so here we are again. Yeah, call in.
Yeah, we're talking to people on people that we've interviewed. We've used the phone to
Wow.
call them through time.
Nice
Here's
phone.
our phone here. See,
Yeah.
you like that? And anyways, I just had to hang up.
So once again, this is our
Down under.
our third blob
Yeah.
that we're doing.
Blah.
Again, Captain Bob.
Arlo.
Yeah, Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio, and hopefully you enjoyed some of the other blobs we've done.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but today what we kind of want to talk about, and I think it's kind of cool because really you think about it, we've really been honored over the many years that we've been doing the radio show to some of the people that we've actually talked to. It's been a privilege to meet with some of these people. And it kind of started at one of the events that we're at. We did it in the back of a trailer, where we met with George Barris.
Back of the trailer.
Yeah, back of
now
the
we've
trailer.
been with George since then, before he passed away several times. But that was the first time we met him.
Exactly.
George Barris.
Yeah.
It was an old beat up old semi, wasn't
yes, it was. We sat in the back there. And it was kind of cool, and you look at George Barris, a lot of people, known this guy from building custom cars and cars over the ages, and just an unbelievable person. And we actually got to sit down and meet with him and become friends with him, and I think that was so cool.
Yeah.
So, it's just, over those years, we've met so many people. I've talked to so many people, and just to go through some of the list, I mean, our good friend Joe Coddington.
Joe Coddington.
Which we should be funny to tell that story, how we actually met Joe Coddington. That was in Chicago.
Yeah.
We were at an event, and you and I were standing there waiting to go meet up with Linda Vaughn.
Linda Vaughn. We're in line to get her autograph.
Yeah. And the lady behind us is going, okay, because she's looking at the back of our shirts, and she's going, what does Wisconsin Hot Rod Radio, what is that?
Right. And
you turned around and you went,
it's Joe Coddington. Now, this is shortly after Boyd died.
Yeah.
And what struck us was Joe, American Hot Rod, Boyd, Coddington, all that kind of stuff. She's in line to get Linda Vaughn's autograph.
Right.
And they're best friends.
Yeah.
And that's how, Joe is that type of person. She's very humble.
Yeah.
Doesn't see herself as some big celebrity. She's in line with us to get an autograph from Linda Vaughn. And we struck up a conversation.
Exactly.
And this is not too long after her husband died.
Right.
And we struck up a conversation, became good friends right there on the floor. And then you and I brought her here for the Delavan show.
Yes.
And we talked about her flying in a plane over Lake Michigan.
Right.
What did she do when we picked her up?
Yeah.
What did she have on?
She had little wet water wings on, the little
water
ones,
for in case they crashed in the water. We knew right away that we loved her, that she had such a great sense of humor, and that was Joe.
And since then, we've become very good friends with her, and
we
see her quite a lot. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So, but we've got to meet people like Dennis Gage.
Yeah.
From My Classic Car, Wayne Carini, we got to know Wayne Carini, Danny Coker.
We
got to meet with Danny Coker from Counting Cars.
People always ask, is Danny as nice as he is in person? I always tell everyone he's nicer in person than he is on TV.
Exactly.
That's the kind of guy he is. And Kevin too.
Kevin too. And we've got to meet and become good friends with Horny Mike.
Yeah,
which got
that started off a little rough.
Yeah.
That was a little rocky.
That's true.
Him and Raleigh came, and we spent day and a half with them.
Yeah,
he's out there.
Yeah.
Both of them are really out there. Meaning they're just little kids. Basically, we felt like parents.
They were kind of on vacation. Let me put it that way. And having a good time, relaxed.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So, but we had a lot of fun with them. We've got to know some of the great drivers of all times, also too.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Don Garlitz. We did an interview with Big Daddy Don Garlitz, so it's kind of cool. One of my favorites that we did an interview with, and I still think to this day it's the funniest interview we ever did, was TV Tommy Ivo.
Yeah.
It was just a great.
What a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
The stories he told about when he was young going on the circuit with Big Daddy Garlitz, he ticked off a lot of people.
Yes.
He told stories to us on his show where at night everyone's kind of in their separate hotel rooms and the pull truck and all that stuff. Him and his buddy went out and switched the hoods on all the trucks in different colors. So a white hood on a red truck, that type of thing. He put graffiti down the
Zoomy tubes of Don Garlitz's dragster.
That didn't go over too well.
Because you got to remember, years ago they used to push the dragsters up to the line to get them started. And he said, here they're pushing Don Garlitz, and he's next to him, and they're pushing Don Garlitz's car up, and all of a sudden this thing fires over, and boom, all the stuff comes out of the exhaust.
And
he says, as he said, Don Garlitz to this day still doesn't like me. But
there was many guests we were nervous with, but the first one I saw you ever sweat.
Oh, wow.
The first one where Bob was really, I wouldn't call it starstruck. You really had a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
And that was, come on, you can't remember? You can't remember?
I'm waiting for you to come up with his name.
Okay. Vic Edelbrock.
Exactly.
Vic Edelbrock.
I was so starstruck, yes.
Vic Edelbrock
yes,
was so wonderful to us. You and I went to Illinois. We were asked to come down and do some interviews. And we had a kind of a nasty run-in with another radio show people. Right. And we went over to Vic and said, hey, we'd like to do this with you. And he goes, yeah, I know you guys. And where do you want to do it?
Yeah.
And we said, well, we were kind of kicked out of the media booth.
Yeah.
Those people over there were not too friendly to us.
And he even says, too, I didn't want to go over by those guys either.
Didn't like them.
So
he said, so how about my trailer?
Yeah.
And so you and I set up the recording equipment in his camper.
Beautiful
which
trailer.
Was on the floor.
Right.
It was part of the show, part of his exhibit. And you were so nervous. I've never seen him nervous.
It was.
But
I look
at stunned that this guy's sitting across from us at his kitchen table in his camper.
Exactly. Well, I look at Vic Edelbrock as an icon. I mean, this guy was. I mean, this is a guy that made performance parts. He did an unbelievable job over the years, and we got to actually sit down with Vic Edelbrock and go through some questions, answers, and question period with him. And he was very cordial, very nice. It was a great time with him.
If you want to reference that, look up Chris Farley interviewing Paul McCartney on SNL. That's what you look like. So you did engine parts, but it was kind of cute. But the cool thing is we were starting to pack up, and Vic said, well, where are you going to put all this stuff? And we said, well, we don't know where we're going to stay.
Exactly.
He goes, my trailer is yours all day. And we got to leave that stuff there, and we interviewed his daughter.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And he said, anytime you want to use the trailer, it's yours.
Yeah, and he did.
So
I mean, it was
really
wonderful.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
The Snake and the Mongoose, down Perdone, we got to, and Tommy Kuhn, we got to interview them also, too, which was really kind of cool. So we've got Casey's Paint Shop. There you go. I'm wearing your shirt, Casey.
He's a swell guy. I'm telling you, he really is grounded, that guy, Casey from Fast and Loud. Used to be Fast and Loud.
Yeah, exactly.
When he decided to go on his own, it was to be with his family.
Exactly.
His wife and his kids, because it was over an hour drive to get to Fast and Loud to work at that shop.
Yes.
And late hours, and he just decided, you know what, I need to stay with my family. Yeah. And so, but we've met with him and talked with him quite a bit. He's always like, hey, come on over, guys, whenever we see him. Just a swell guy.
So we've had a good time. Richard Rollins, we got to talk with him. We got to talk with Aaron Kaufman. One of our greatest times, and to be with him also, too, Jay Leno.
Yeah,
Jay Leno. Not many people get to actually be that much with Jay Leno, but we got to meet actually with Jay Leno and actually talk with him and have him on the radio show a couple of times and be at his garage, too.
And he showed up.
Yeah, and
we invited him.
To an event.
We were going to be at a big show here in Wisconsin. We knew he was going to be in the vicinity in that area. And on a whim, we just said, hey, if you're in town, why don't you come on by the car show? This is the Automotion in Wisconsin Dells. Yeah. And lo and behold, he showed up in the pouring rain with an umbrella, and he stayed with us all day. The car clubs that were there, the Road Devils and those guys, were all there hanging out. And he was a swell guy, really swell guy. The one guy, though, that really is super grounded and treats us wonderful is Stacy David.
Yes, exactly.
We met him. We talked to him a few times on the interviews. But then you and I had our 5-year anniversary. That's the first time we were in person with him. And we asked him to come up. We were doing collecting automobile magazines.
Oh, wow.
For the veterans' homes.
For the veterans.
And to get admission into our 5-year anniversary, which was...
And it was very successful.
So much stuff.
We had actually the veterans hospitals and centers said, enough, no more magazines. We filled the semi.
Yeah, these are magazines that we've been collecting through years. Yeah. So we just said, hey, you got all these old magazines. Why don't we donate them to the vets, to their homes? And we brought Stacy in, and he was so wonderful that day. His luggage got left behind. Remember that?
Yeah, right, exactly.
And,
right.
And so he spent the day with us, and since then he's been to Wisconsin several times. Every time we call him, he's always like right there, whatever you guys need, and he does that show Gears. Can I tell a Stacy David story?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because his luggage was missing that first time. All he had was a shirt like
that's
this,
right.
black shirt.
I know what you're going to say.
And it had a burn hole right here. And I felt bad for him because he's doing autographs all day, and he didn't have his luggage, and he's just got this shirt that's just kind of big hole right here. You know? And felt really bad for him. So later that day, the airlines found his luggage. We took him to the hotel. He had his luggage. We had breakfast with him the next morning, and he's got a different shirt on.
With a hole.
With a hole. Another hole. And so I had to ask. I said, Stacy, not to point out anything, I said, but why does your shirt, both of them, have burn holes? I mean, you're not a smoker. And he goes, Arlo, he said, that's where I put my lapel microphone when I do my show. If you look, I wear black shirts, and right here is where that's the hole for my microphone. I said, but you're not recording. He goes, just to tick my wife off, I put holes in all my shirts. That's kind of his trait. He's a swell guy.
He is.
He really is a swell guy.
You know, again, we talked about car builds like George Barris. We had Daryl Starberg come here from the Wisconsin area.
Yes.
Brought our favorite car, the Little Coffin.
The Little Coffin.
Which
we know there's some controversy about it, but it was really cool.
You
got in and couldn't get out.
I didn't want to get out, let me tell you. That's for sure. Yeah. So, and again, the Mike and Jim, the Ring brothers, here out of Wisconsin, which are famous car builders also, too. Mm-hmm. We've got to know them real well, too. Become very good friends with them. Yeah. So, you know, it's just been so exciting over all these years for you and I to have been honored to meet with all these people. Yeah. You've seen them. By the way, look got the rings on today. It's a little warmer outside.
The painter fellow will like that because he keeps commenting about your.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
There they are.
But the neat thing was, you know, as you grew up and you got to see some of these people in the magazines, or you went to some events and you got to see some of their vehicles, or you got to watch some of the TV shows, and actually we got to the point we were with them, sitting there drinking a soda, coffee with them, having a donut with them, and having them on our radio show or being with them. I think that's what's an honor for us. Yeah. Butch Berenza, the famous Milwaukee car painter from Milwaukee many years ago.
Jonah and Martin.
Yeah.
Kindig,
exactly.
All those guys.
Exactly.
And they're all genuine people. They really are. And they're wonderful people.
So when people say, hey, I wish we had your job, yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, because we're not giving it up.
No, we're not.
Exactly.
We're not.
So,
but you know, but that's been the cherry on the cake for you and I, because this was not meant to be. We weren't going to be doing all these interviews with these celebrities. It's not what we set out to do. But you know, it started with actually Joe Connington. It started with Steve Darnell in Vegas saying, "Hey, you know, you guys, we hear you on the radio in our shop. Why don't you talk about us out here?" Barbara Dave,
exactly,
that kind of thing, and then just kind of snowballed. And I remember, you know, even getting Jay Leno for the very first time.
Yeah,
and that actually was not just to talk to him about because he's a celebrity. It was about the new laws in California that were emission laws, and laws that were going to prevent him from driving any of his cars. Exactly. And so he was very adamant and very accommodating to you and I to talk about what's happening in California about his vehicles.
And we've got to meet, you know, over the time too, certain state senators and congressmen of different states because of talking about those different laws. Yeah. So it's really kind of cool. So,
John Force?
Oh, John Force too, yeah. Unbelievable, yeah.
You talk about meeting people.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever seen John Force. I had a chance to sit down with him, but, well, he doesn't sit.
If you ever want to go to
He is fast in the mouth and his actions. He's so happy all the time.
We should mention.
What?
That if you ever get to go any place where he's speaking, pay particular attention and put your cell phone away.
Yeah. He'll point you out.
Exactly.
He'll point you out. We met his daughters and his son-in-law and him here in Milwaukee. He was giving a speech regarding high school kids and promoting them and helping them through a lot of difficult times. And so he's the motivational speaker, and trust me, he's motivated.
He is motivated.
And he gets up there, and in the middle of his whatever he's talking about, he points to someone and says, "You, sir, just yawned."
Yeah, right.
And
exactly
you, sir,
right.
had your cell phone out. Yeah. I'm going to stop right now. And he turns to you and I in the audience. He goes, "You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. I'm up here sweating. I'm up here working really hard." And he really was.
But he's a cool guy. Let me tell you.
We've had a lot of fun.
Yeah. So, but again, thanks for watching our blob. We hope you enjoyed it. You know, I think one of the best meetings we've ever had is us two together.
Us two together.
So that's kind of cool too. So I would never have known him unless he wouldn't have been drawing cartoons.
Yeah. Well, like really. Yeah, well, maybe I'm sure we would have met somewhere.
Oh, well,
but that's how we met.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, we're just talking about the TV celebrities and a lot of the industry celebrities, but all you people that are out there right now, and I'm just going to point out Jeremy Winters and a lot of you young guys that are coming up through. We're honored that you asked us to be on your show. We're honored that you want to hang out with us. And the up and comings right now, and it's important for that as well. You're all celebrities in our eyes.
This one goes out to you too, Chris Hahn, out of Illinois.
Yeah,
our other brother from our other radio station. So
brother from
hopefully you're watching this
radio station.
Exactly. So,
wow.
All right, so we're gonna sign out, but once again,
you're gonna use your finger.
Keep on checking out our blobs, and next time I think we're gonna talk about my favorite thing. I like to build gasser cars.
Yeah, there you go.
But we'll see what kind of gasser cars.
There you go. All right, so be there
or be square. I'm gonna point this out now.